Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the broadcast this morning. Welcome replay viewers. Be sure to share with your followers and on Twitter. And you can tap for hearts as you're replaying this broadcast as well. Welcome, welcome. Give people a few minutes to come on into the room this morning. Welcome on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Welcome. Good morning, B4567. Thank you for joining the broadcast this morning. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Ashley. Welcome to the broadcast this morning. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Be sure to share the scope with your followers. Good morning, Danta Capone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Good morning, JD. Thank you, Mr. Capone. Good morning, David Goliath. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Be sure to share with your followers and on Twitter and tap for hearts along this broadcast. Let me know that you're hear what I'm saying and listening to what I'm saying and that it's resonating with you this morning. Good morning, good morning. I don't know who Robert Webster is. Thank you for the green hearts. They are beautiful. Thank you so much for joining. I'll give people a few more seconds to come on into the broadcast. I mentioned yesterday that my broadcast time has changed between 8 and 8:15, trying to solidify that time. And so I'll give people a few more minutes to come on into the room, and then I'll go ahead and get started with this morning's divorce devotions. Where you guys are, what do you want to ask me? Go ahead. Be sure to share you guys. Oh, welcome from England. Great, great. Where else are you guys scoping in from? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Rama Dangs. Thank you for joining this morning. Look at my headset on my lips there. Oh, hey, Ashley. Good morning. Thank you for joining from Georgia. What part of Georgia? I used to live in Savannah many years ago, and beautiful, beautiful state, south of Manchester. Good morning. Good morning. Well, welcome to this morning's divorce devotion. Hola, Pablo. Good morning, Ashley. Macon, Georgia. Okay, I was in Savannah. That's not too far from there. Good morning, Bruce, 1957. Thank you guys for joining this morning's divorce devotion. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, Dave Ward. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for those beautiful hearts. I appreciate it. Welcome to this morning's broadcast. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrea Stuckey, and I am the founder of Live Life Loved, and I help women rebuild, redefine, and liberate their lives following separation and divorce. I am your divorce liberator. I'm a transformational life coach as well, and I'm also the author of the book Suddenly Single, a woman's spiritual and practical guide to the first 5 years following separation or divorce. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Ash, I missed your name there. Thank you so much. Thank you, SNE, for joining. Thank you, Jimmy, for joining. Welcome to this morning's broadcast. As you saw in the title of the scope today, the title is It's Time to Look in the Mirror. It's time to look in the mirror. Time to look in the mirror. Listen, I always start with a quote or a scripture. And so this morning's quote is, good morning, Ricky Ricardo. Thank you for joining. We cannot overcome what we do not face. We cannot overcome what we do not face. What do you need to face about yourself on today? What do you need to face about yourself on today? For those of you who are new to my scope, I primarily scope to women who are separated or divorced. Okay, Ashley, thanks for joining. Yes, catch the replay. Listen, if you're on a divorce recovery journey, if you're at a happily divorced, I understand. If you are at a crossroad, you're welcome, Ashley. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. If you're on a crossroad in your life, I just have a message for you on today. I just think it's very, very important. I have been pondering over some things, and I just think that it's so important that we take a look in the mirror. It's time to look at in the mirror today. And what I mean by that is, what themes keep reoccurring in your life? What themes keep reoccurring in your life? Now, as you're coming out of a marriage, a relationship, or perhaps, as I said, you may be at a pivotal point in your life, I want you to take a look in the mirror. I want you to focus on yourself for a minute. Because we cannot control other people. We cannot control people who we're in relationships with. And oftentimes we don't want to face ourselves. But I encourage you and challenge you today to look in the mirror. I'm 47 years old. To look in the mirror. For those of you who are new to the scope, I've been divorced twice. The first time, my daughter, who's now 22 years old, was 16 months old. First husband walked out via taxi cab. I had to rebuild my life. I have not seen the man since. And years after a 13-year marriage, 15 years in that relationship, I found myself suddenly single with a 16-year-old and 6-year-old daughter. And then again, I had to rebuild my life. So my encouragement to you is today is to ask yourself, what themes keep reoccurring in your life? This is very important as you move forward. Oftentimes we keep having reoccurring themes of anger. Perhaps it's job unfulfillment. Perhaps it's lack of respect in relationships. Good morning, mammy. All right, come right now. What reoccurring themes keep happening in your life? It's time to look in the mirror so that you can change those things. If you're coming out of a relationship, you want to correct those things, identify them, change them so you can have success as you move forward along your journey. Do you have reoccurring financial issues? Are you having reoccurring health issues? What are you doing for those things? What are you doing to make those things better? So I challenge you today. It's time to look in the mirror. It's time to reflect on yourself. It's time to take ownership of the reoccurring themes in your life, right? Good morning, Rita. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Be sure to share with your followers and on Twitter. And I will tell you this, that nothing comes without hard work. So as you're going through divorce recovery, as challenging as it may be, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it through it. But you will have to do some work. And you will have to do some work and reflection on yourself in order to grow, to be better, and live a better life, right? So I just come to encourage you on this terrific Tuesday. It may be tight, but it's right. We all have to occasionally look in the mirror and identify what themes in our life keep coming up. Because I remember a woman said, I used to work with her years ago, and she told her daughter who was single at the time, and I think she may have been in her 30s at the time, very influential woman, her daughter, and she wasn't having very good relationship issues with the men that she was dating. Good morning, Motown 90. Thank you for joining. And so this old co-worker finally told her daughter, it's not always the other person. And so that statement has stayed with me over 20 some odd years. It's not always the other person. We have to reflect and we have to own our own stuff, right? Our own baggage. Why do these things keep reoccurring in our life? Are we setting personal boundaries? Are we taking care of our health? Are we taking care of financial issues? Are we allowing ourselves to be doormats in relationships? Are we accepting anybody who comes to take us on a date, per se? Good morning, Rabba. Thank you for joining. You must have liked her at some point. I don't have a comment on that, Motown. I mean, it's the mother of your daughter. You're going to have a relationship, and you show a respect for her, not because you don't like who she is, but because of her position. She's raising your child. She deserves that respect. Thank you for those beautiful green hearts. Thank you, 6969, for joining. So today's message is just a reflection. Look in the mirror on today. Safet and Calvin, thank you for joining. Be sure to share with your followers and on Twitter. Tunkay, thank you for joining as well. I'm talking about looking in the mirror. It's time to look in the mirror. Identify the reoccurring themes that are in your life, and also to take action about those reoccurring themes. You can stay connected with me on all platforms of social media. That's Live Life Loved, and that loved is spelled L-U-V-D. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. And for you divorced and separated women, I have a Facebook group entitled entitled Divorcee Liberation. There is a link in my bio here on Periscope to join or have access to that group if you so decide. It's a closed private group where women, we share there, and there's lots of encouragement and information there for you. So I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, blessed Tuesday as you go along your week. I hope that you take a moment to think about yourself, to think about your journey that you're headed upon, or you are this new chapter of your life per se, right? I want you to be better. I want you to grow. That is my desire for you. That's what it's going to take to move to this next level in your life. Though you may be at a crossroad, though you may be challenged, though you may feel emotionally ups and downs, right? Maybe in a transition, but you're going to be bigger, you're going to be better. You will love again, you will live again. And as I always say, no matter what the situation or the circumstance is, God is always with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Have a blessed and wonderful day. I will meet you tomorrow here at the same time, same place, 8:15, right here. I hope you have a wonderful. Do apply the Bible to your marriage therapy. Absolutely. I am a believer, all things Christ. It does not believe that I am an advocate of divorce. So if you're new to my scope, I'll say this before I leave. I believe in the institution of marriage. I believe that it is God's perfect will for our lives in terms of relationships. But what I also know is that people find themselves in divorce. How you got here is not my judgment, but I am here for you if you're on the other side, to help you transition, to help you rebuild, to move to the next level in your life so that you can live again, love again, and be free. Be free in who you are as an individual before you step into another relationship. God's way is the best way, Rob. That's right. So, thank you for joining the broadcast this morning. Be sure to share. Yes, real talk, real talk. Come back tomorrow if this is your first time scoping. You can check out some of my replays here in the Periscope replay list there as well. Hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Love you much. Bye. Mwah!